Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Matthew, Matthew Mbewe, and we are doing a little bit of a project where basically we just kind of like a reflection of our final major project we did last year or last academic year. And with me, I have a good friend, one of my good friends. His name is Rutherford. If this was a studio audience, if it was a studio audience, I would have just like made them clap hands, you know?
Yeah, round of applause.
Round of
for me.
applause.
I'm sitting here existing.
Exactly.
That's my round of applause.
Alright, Cameron, how are you?
I'm good, you?
Yeah, no, I'm not too bad.
The drink at the same time. We don't have the drink at the
Yeah,
same time.
No, I didn't know you were drinking. I was gonna like just have a quick drink. But yeah, Cameron, like tell me about yourself. Like where you're from, your upbringing, and all that.
Wants all my information.
Where's your do you have your credit card number? The card number? Social
Can't
security
get that
number?
information. No, so I'm from Letchworth, so in Hertfordshire. I came from, well, you want me to go over education?
I mean, if you really want to. Sure.
I did. So I did a little bit of time doing GCSE media, and then switched over to, and then I went into college, did art for 2 years.
Mhm.
That's a story we can tell for another time.
Yeah. Right.
And then I've been doing media for what will be now 2 years. So that's kind of my upbringing. But even before that, I was doing stuff like YouTube and whatnot. So I'd already had experience within film and such.
Okay. Fair enough. And do you remember how we met?
It was, oh boy, we were friends of friends from that.
Yeah.
It was, I know it was a level 1, and we chatted before, we had conversations, but we never were like proper friends before that. And then in level, I think it was level 2 when I started to chat a bit more, but even then the classes were split because I was doing art, he was doing media.
Yeah.
And then it was level 3 where we actually began to chat, and that's where we are nowadays. Well, here we are.
And yeah, here we are. We're now good friends, and here we're just going to be talking about our final major project. So, like starting off with you did a project which is called Eric and Andre's Adventure to Burger King.
Yes.
First of all, why the long title?
Long titles are much more. We're in a time where like film titles are usually just like one word. So Inception, Interstellar, Him. That's like a new one from Jordan Peele. I think that is Him. So I think having the original name was Eric and Andre's Unparalleled Adventure to the Last Burger King in England. I had to shorten it to be reasonable. The logo for it was way too long. I think if I ever show you that logo, I'll have to show it to you.
Oh yeah.
It didn't fit. It just looked bad, so I did condense it down in the final one.
Okay, that's good. So what's like the film about?
It was a pair of friends in the zombie apocalypse going to Burger King. There's one way to get food, of course. It's a comedic short film, kind of a funny little side, well not side thing, it was the FMP, but it was a kind of idea that I had amongst other ideas. So that's kind of the root, that's why.
So you just briefly said it was a comedic. Why did you decide to do the more comedy film?
When everyone was talking about their FMPs, a lot of people in the class was doing a lot more sad films, a lot more deep films, the sort of stuff that would be filmed black
included.
Him included. And for that reason, it felt like the world is not all this negative. There's still people making comedy films. There's still people having fun in life. So why I'd be a part of that? I had sad film ideas, and sad film ideas, more deep ones, or serious tone. But I thought doing something that's more on the comedy side of things, I think would have been better for, I think, just me in general, but also just everyone in general.
I've actually a very good solution called I know this because I was in the film, and also I actually saw the film, the final product, and I really enjoyed it. I really laughed a lot at the comedy aspects. I think my favorite bit so far was maybe the beginning and the end. The beginning with I think his name's Eric.
Yeah.
Eric, he sees the news, and then he
drops it. Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of drops a little bit of a swear, I guess.
That's swear. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Imagine I've got to restrain myself. That's so good.
Let me remind you that I'm a Christian, And yeah, we don't tend to swear, but like yeah.
Yeah,
So he dropped a bit of a swear then, but before he actually says the swear, the title comes up.
Yeah,
I think
is censored. It is censored. In a sense.
Yeah, I think that was taken from Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey.
The music was.
The music, yeah.
I thought it'd be funny to have a sort of a way because one thing I remember, which it hails back to when I was doing level 2 for my FMP then, was I don't think I was allowed to put any sort of swears or anything like that in there. So my solution to that was just not have them. I think I switched it, but I felt again that for a comedic sense, having the intro just cut in there. I think it would have been. I thought it was funny, and I hopefully thought other people found it funny.
Yeah, I mean other people like me, because like I said, I generally found it funny. So what really happened with like the production side?
So the production spanned over, I believe, 4 days, and in those 4 days, that was over the span of like 2 or 3 weeks. So I think we were filming for 2 days, and then filmed for two different days on 2 different weeks. One of them was actually no, it might have been 5 days because I had to film your bit separately.
Oh
so,
yeah.
So production itself was pretty fine. It was, I think, there was some hiccups. So I think one of the big ones was I forgot to turn the microphone on. My camera does not have like a backup audio. If there's microphone connected, but it's not turned on, there's no backup.
Oh damn.
So, in a sense,
So how did you like solve that issue of your microphone?
So those scenes I just reshot. So I just did everything again. We were exhausted. It wasn't. I think it must have been like 32C at the time. But then the end scene. So have I ever told you that the end scene itself, the post-credit scene, there's no sound to the original video.
Wait, what? There's no sound?
I think it's the first time he's learning.
I think it's the first time I'm actually genuinely learning this.
So when we were recording that scene, it was almost a rush because we had the Burger King bags and like the food and stuff, but we actually got that delivered to us.
Oh, okay.
So we wanted to be as fast as possible, but then what happened was, I was like, okay, the food's arrived, so we're going to set the camera and then we're going to start shooting up and all that, and then when I was listening to the shoot, I realised, like, in the editing, this has no sound.
Of course. So how did you, like, restore the sound?
So the next time that we were doing shooting, after we finished doing all the outdoor scenes, or I think it was indoor scenes, I recorded Ethan and Aidan, who are the actors for Eric and Andre.
Shout out to you guys, by the way. if you happen to be watching this, Ethan, Aidan, shout out to you guys.
We recorded their voices individually into a voice recorder. Tried to mimic how they sounded, like, or how they said it, so I could match up with lip syncing. And they did about 12 takes each.
12 takes.
Just so I can make sure it's like I've got options. Then during the editing process, what I did was I went through everything on the timeline, and then I added some background ambience. So a lot of the film has. You can definitely tell between the scenes that do and don't have sound. Even if there's no words spoken or music or anything like that, you can still hear ambience, like humming of like a background or any of that. So I found some ambience I could use, and then put that as like the background ambience to use, and then I had some music in the background to kind of to fill in the role. There was a radio that was shown at the start, and that's where the sound is coming from. And then it was just a variety of different sound effects using Foley sound of bags like ruffling, some sound munching, and you actually get like them eating. The actual audio. If the audio wasn't silenced, it would be a very different scene. But in the end, it actually turned out really well. I don't think a lot of people would have noticed that the end scene, the post-credit scene, was entirely silent. I had to.
Because I'll be honest, I did not even know this.
I had to it was just recreating everything.
Oh my goodness! So how did that take? Because like remember we had like a bit of a like a limited time of like our FMPs. So like how did that affect your timing?
Not by much. Admittedly, it's one of those things where I am a fast editor. I can edit things quite fast. So a hiccup.
Talking.
Yeah, and
Go on. I was joking. No, go ahead.
And a small hiccup like that is something you kind of plan for. Because when I was reviewing the footage at the time, so when I learned that there was no audio, I was like, okay, I need to get on that. And in the end, I made it work. It's just adding on to the process of adding sound. And yeah, in the end, the scene ended up quite good, surprisingly. There was only a few other scenes in the film which I just couldn't which I didn't reshoot, and couldn't do anything and they had no sound. So what I had to do was just kind of wing it. I had to just do the same things again, but thankfully there was no speaking or anything like that. So it was a case of I've just got to recreate the audio on this as best I can, and in the end I think it turned out quite good. Sound's a very important thing in film. So
it is very important.
Making it work is a really good thing.
Yes, I do agree 100% that sound design is very crucial and very important.
Yeah.
Coming from someone who does sound
in
church.
You do a lot of sound in church, to my knowledge.
Exactly. But yeah, I definitely would say sound is definitely very important. So one thing I definitely would ask is if you were to show it to someone, what would you want their expectation to be?
I wouldn't want their expectation to be like stupid high, and I'd like it to be like at a reasonable level. Like, okay, this is someone in college, you know. I think I want someone to go into it just kind of expecting college quality from it. Because I know it's not an amazing, like, perfect film of all time. But I just know it's a decent, it's an okay film.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, when I say people's expectation, I mean like what feelings like do you want?
Oh, what feelings?
Yeah.
Well, I want people to laugh. I want people to laugh and like smile, like during the film. Like when you hear something funny but you don't laugh, you kind of just smile like that. Kind of like that in a sense. But I also want people to have like some because there are moments in the film which are like it's like oh, whoa, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of one thing I wanted to do. Just kind of I want to invoke emotions that are like happiness, and then you have a few moments of like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. More serious.
Fair enough. Because, yeah, like I said, I watched the film and everything was actually really good. I think it's like, I don't know, out of like the FMPs that I've seen, I think yours is like one of the best.
Yeah.
So I definitely, I think it's like, I saw quite a few.
It's time for me to belittle everyone else. It's like, I'm the best.
No offense to you guys. No offense to you guys who did your FMP. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed yours. So let me ask the final. Wait, your FMP's out, right?
Yeah, my FMP's out on YouTube.
Yeah, you're out like in the public, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Because
I was talking and it's still in private.
Still in private. Well, mine's still in private, by the way. Mine's gonna be released soon. But we'll get it. Yeah, but we'll speak about that very soon. What was I gonna say? Yes. So maybe there's someone out there who actually was kind of looking up to you as like an inspiration. What like words of wisdom or words of encouragement would you actually give that person? Camera's over there, by the way.
I know. I'm looking at the bin over there.
Right.
That's my fan.
Your fan.
I would have to say, kind of just tell stories is that you kind of just want to tell. Don't let the people around you or like or whatever kind of influence you into what you tell, because you know, stories come from everywhere. Like your own life can be a story if you really wanted to, which is what we call a biography. But you have to be famous for that. And never worry about like if you've never done film before, just pick up the camera. Most phones nowadays have 4K cameras included.
That is true.
I do prefer DSLRs. If you can get your hands on a DSLR, absolutely get one.
Assuming you have the money.
Yeah, assuming you've got the money, of course. But I think one big thing that you get more control, and it's much more. I prefer having much more tactile feelings compared to tactile feeling buttons and all that compared to tapping on a screen. That's kind of my only words of advice, though. It's that just make it work for you. Just tell a story, regardless of what your upbringing is. Just tell your story.
I like that. Tell your story. It's a very encouraging and like wise words to share with our audience.
You say it so sarcastically. It's so good.
No, it's not. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I have this weird thing where like I sound sarcastic even though I'm not actually like trying to be sarcastic. I'm sorry, but I do generally Love what you said. Is there any like I don't know social media that you have that people can follow you for like more I don't know upcoming news or whatever?
I've only got one. I've got a YouTube channel, and that's about it. I don't. I've got a Facebook, but that's private. That's more. That's my life. That's,
Okay.
My short films. Anytime I upload a short film, it's usually on the channel Amateur Light, which is like my site, my portfolio site. Not site. What I'm on about YouTube. That just posting the stuff that I do relating to college or relating to my films. But that's kind of about it. I do have an Instagram page for miniature painting. I don't know if anyone in your church is into it, but I'm there.
I definitely. Do I have your permission to put it in the
church chat?
No, I was gonna say like the description of this video.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Cool.
Is it posted in like a church group chat? This is my friends.
I mean, I could give it a go. Maybe I'm not sure.
I don't know what. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't really have much to say. I guess in terms of your FMP, because like again, like I said, really well done. You actually outdid yourself with your short film.
I would call myself a very Kubrick in the sense of that he's a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist.
I'm not Kubrick of the 21st century.
I'm not Kubrick, but I am Kubrick in the sense that I'm a perfectionist. I think I don't take because I think he shot like some of his shots. He's done like during The Shining. Have you ever watched The Shining?
I haven't, but I do know about it.
Have you ever seen the scene where Wendy's going up the stairs with an axe, with a bat, and then that scene must have taken Jack Nicholson and I forget her name. That was like 121 takes.
I did hear something like that, yeah.
And I'm over here panicking over 9 takes.
I'm here panicking over 6 takes.
Your film, I think the extra takes on your film was. We get to your film.
Yeah, we get to my film very soon. Don't worry. I think a lot of people are actually like anticipating
the stories.
Yeah, mine is
and you, Mr. Mbewe, you appear in my film.
I do actually, yeah.
Take a second.
Who am I?
You are simply the news reporter. One big part of the inspiration for the film was the Fallout 4. There's a scene at the start of the game where a news reporter is talking about sightings of nuclear bombs in like New York and all that. I felt like there was almost a good way to introduce the kind of situation to explain. Okay, there's a virus going around. Things are going wrong. All that. Obviously, I had to compile it compile it a little bit because one thing I didn't want to do was overload it with information. I never made like an if I could, I would have made like an extended edition where, you're still talking, Aiden's still watching the TV and like, things going wrong. But I kind of made it work the best I could because I hit that 8 minute limit by the second. Adobe Premiere Pro lets you go through each of the numbers individually, like seconds, minutes, hours.
Within the seconds, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I was like, okay, it's only 2 milliseconds over. I'm fine.
Okay.
But I think in total there must have been about 50 minutes of uncut footage. So that's kind of about there. But yeah, your scenes were quite good because during the day that we were there, I was expecting you to be behind the green screen. I'd have to green screen it all out, and then our teacher, one of our teachers, Callum, he just appears. He's like, "Oh yeah, we can use the green screen just live." It's like that makes life about a million times easier. So in the end, you did a great job. I think it took.
Thank you.
I think it must have took.
I was going to say, how many takes? I remember we did like quite a few takes.
We must have done about 12 takes.
12. Oh my goodness, 12.
Yeah, and what I had to do was I had to push record on the buttons on the what's it called? I had to on the what's it called, the teleprompter. I had to push the button on that. There was like a 6 second countdown. I had to rush into the back of the studio room. What's it called now?
The sound booth.
The sound booth. Yeah. push record on the cameras because I wasn't using my own cameras for this. I was using the college's, which were connected to a what's it called? A thing.
Yeah, a thing.
And it was. I had to do all that in 6 seconds. I was running around and I had to do that like 12 different times. But in the end, we did get it. It meant it did. The thing with the shot was that I had to edit everything backwards, where I had everything shot, but your scene was the last to be done.
Yeah, with the last to be done. Yeah, because you kind of filmed yours in a not like a weird way, but you kind of filmed it in a non-linear way.
Yeah.
In terms of like the script, because for mine, I did mine from like top of the script or start of the script to the end of the script. That's how I did mine.
Yeah.
Because mine was like a very simple story, and we didn't really have I only had like one location.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, no, guys, I honestly would recommend his short film. It's on YouTube right now. The link will be down in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to say, or are we gonna move on to my?
No, I'm gonna start just doing a bunch of advertising for like, please subscribe, guys. To this
Guys,
video.
like and subscribe to this video. Even this interview right now, well, not this interview, but like
it's more like a casual chat.
Yeah, just a casual chat. So subscribe to this because it's gonna go on my channel, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
maybe like the video, share with your friends and family, please.
So we're going to your film now.
Oh, my film. The one that you've all been waiting for. Cameron, do you have any questions for me about my final major project?
Where did this idea come from? I have to ask this. Your FMP for last year was like this, like your fun, your hopeful song, and then you have this. It's like stark difference.
Okay, my FMP. I think from when I started actually doing like film work, I mostly did kind of comedy kind of skits.
Yeah.
A lot of people laughed at them, which is good. I like doing comedy stuff.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to do a drama just because I've never made one, and I feel like dramas are really good when it comes to storytelling.
Yeah.
I think it's very efficient to make a drama. And one thing about me is that I like grounding my stories to reality.
Yeah.
I understand like people wanted to do more like not like fictional, more like I don't know. Our space ideas,
sort of,
like that.
it's non-fictional sort of ideas that have sort of paranormal or supernatural sort of things, which I think it's not a bad thing to do. It's just I think having something that's more grounded into reality is also a good thing, especially if you can do it right.
Yeah, that's basically
that's a big thing.
That's kind of like how I like to do my films. I like to basically just do mine based on like just reality and just reality, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, in terms of like my film, I decided let me make a drama film. And okay, this may sound very a little dumb. I never actually mentioned this in terms of like my website, and I forgot to mention it.
Okay.
So one day, it was like a couple months ago, I was watching Family Guy, and there's an episode where two characters get locked in a safe. Yeah. And they kind of fight. They laugh. They cry. They fight. There's like a lot of like drama, and there's a kind of like a sweet ending. So I kind of got my idea from there for a while, but I kept it like in the back. I never thought I would do it, and then like it got picked up again when we had to generate 3 ideas. For our short films, and this idea just like came about, and then I was like, you know what? I love this idea because it actually brings. I think because I had high expectations of my thing. Because I wanted to bring like healing and encouragement to the audience that would be watching this film. And then I had to think of like some like problems or challenges like the characters have gone through. And then I thought of them. The challenges are.
I remember the original concept for Arnold, I think it was. I think there was a big discrepancy between the two, where Esther was like this super serious, like she had a problematic bad past, and then Arnold was, I think it was, I don't want to do this, my mum says so. It's a very stark difference.
Yeah.
Something like that isn't something.
That happened in the first draft.
That was first draft.
Yeah, of the script, and then you guys
spoke
mentioned
out
it.
about it.
And I think even our teacher spoke about it, and then I was like, good point, and then I changed it.
Yeah.
Second draft, and then so I had like 3 drafts of the script. I can't remember exactly what I did for the third draft. I think I just kind of polished it, but yeah, first and second draft were like big. There was a big difference.
Yeah. I remember when I think it was we were coming up with locations. Yeah, the original one you wanted to do was in an elevator.
Yeah, I did.
Go through that more. What the elevator? Go through the idea a bit more.
So originally, the location was kind of funny. So originally, I wanted to do an elevator, but then there was just some logistics. For example, if I were to film in an elevator in college, there's a big mirror in the elevator, and
to be fair, the whole elevator is a mirror.
Yeah,
you can look up this mirror,
exactly.
look down this mirror.
Left, right, mirror. Even the doors itself are just mirror.
It is. It would have been troublesome just to try. Film.
Also, there's some people we can't rent out the elevator because there's some people in the college that actually need the elevator to go to the classes and stuff. So elevator kind of had to be put away. Yeah. So then I thought about closet, but then one of the teachers, funny enough.
Oh yeah, I think I remember this.
He got it confused for like an LGBT Q story, and then I kind of didn't really want that. No offense.
No.
I had to say no offense to anyone in the LGBTQ community, but that was not my purpose or my intention with the film. So
I remember. I think I remember it roughly. It was that I think a lot of people got confused, and then I can see where the confusion lies. I think it's one of those things where you can make something like that. It's almost like symbolism. A film like that, like what you just said, like an LGBT film, something like that would use some like symbolism of a closet more. I think it's a good. I think for those films, I think it's a good idea. But I think for this one, it's a case of some people can see the messaging. It's a bit weird. But also at the same time, you do need to. Some people can just look into things a bit too deeply.
Yeah.
Because. That's kind of the thing. Some people do just look at things quite deeply, and it's kind of a bit silly. Like I remember when you were watching my film, you saw there was a heart, like a heart ornament behind Eric and Andre.
And
you said, "Oh, these two are like." You don't want people to think, "Oh, these two characters are together." It's like, no, this is just my mum's house. I'm borrowing it. Well, not borrowing it. I live there. I don't want to start pulling things down.
Fair enough. I thought it would have been better to kind of put it down.
It would have been better, but at the same time, it would have taken quite a bit of time. And by that point, I think we would already be becoming exhausted for that scene. I definitely should have reshot it though. I think the closet definitely was a. I think the thing. I keep switching. I think the thing with elevators is that they do work from if you have like a proper elevator set. The issue is we are college students.
And we didn't have an elevator set.
An elevator set would have been a very wishful thinking.
Yeah.
I don't think there would have been an easy way for us to do it. Because I think the next hand option was the broom closet in the salon. There's a salon.
Salon. I say salon.
Salon. I say the beauty centre. And oh boy. Tell me about that.
Oh, so in terms of location, so we went from elevator, closet. I actually went back to elevator, but then again we had to scrap it. Then we went to a stationary cupboard. So I went around with one of my teachers just to see what type of cupboards I could find.
What choices you got for a cupboard?
It sounds weird, I know, but like.
Cupboard shop.
There was actually quite a few that I feel like could have worked. But then we landed on the what do you call it? The beauty salon.
It was the beauty salon.
And then one of the teachers, I think she was the head. She was really nice to me. She was a really kind person. If you're watching this, shout out to you. She showed me the cupboard that we filmed in, and then I fell in love with it. I was like, this is the one for us.
This is the one.
So going into filming, at first I was very scared because this is a film I'm directing, I'm producing, and I'm writing. And I guess also I starred in it, but like I'm
You,
plot
you,
device.
you had a what's it?
Yeah.
An average Hitchcock appearance.
Yeah.
You appeared for a few moments. But yeah, you go on. I keep steering the direction.
No, it's okay. I don't mind. Yeah, I was very scared because I was directing and producing, and those of people that've known me for a while, I'm not the biggest guy when it came to leadership.
You are not a big director guy. And that's not like a mean thing.
Yeah,
I'm not saying like, oh, you're a terrible director. No, I'm saying you don't like lead. You don't like being in the leader. You like being someone. I think that is fundamental to the very like fun. I mean, directors are fundamental. But you like being extra fundamental because the sound people also are very important still.
Yeah, very important. So I was very scared. So we did the test shooting. We were just checking out camera, sound. Everything was sounding okay. I even asked you guys. I think each day I asked you guys how was I in terms of directing and producing, and I got a generally good feedback from you. It's from you and it's from Tabby.
Yeah.
Tabby, if you're watching this, shout out to you. I really appreciate you guys for the feedback and also the acting. The acting in the film was phenomenal. I really enjoyed just seeing you guys interact. So, okay.
You want? Here's a fun fact about the acting.
Yeah.
I think only things started to improve because I wanted you to get like the best take first try, so we used to spend less time in that cupboard. It was.
It was hot, by the way, in the cupboard.
Oh, where do I start with
Lord
this?
Jesus, help us.
A big thing about the cupboard was that it was during the early summer where it started to heat up more.
Yeah.
And that became an issue when that whole room had like 4 people in it, and it's a small room.
Yeah.
And in the end, it was an uphill battle just to try acting it. So for me, it was just okay. Let's just get acting done ASAP. Let's just get this done as soon as possible because I don't want to be in this room anymore.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the act. So okay, I have to backtrack. When it comes to action, I have to backtrack a little bit. So I did audition for my film, like who can be acting for the characters. So the characters' names are Arnold and Esther. At first, I was actually a little scared because I'd never done auditions before.
Yeah.
I'd never held auditions. There was quite a few people that turned out. Some of which were like really great, and then we did second auditions with the ones I really loved. So the second auditions, we paired up Arnold and Esther, and we got like a piece of dialogue from the film, and we saw who was the better match.
The better one. Yeah.
So originally, it was supposed to be Tabby and this other guy. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention his name. I'm not sure if he wants me to mention his name.
Nah, let's keep it fun.
Yeah, we'll keep it confidential for now.
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
But then
Anonymous.
he politely backed out just because he had a lot of like filming to do. So I gave him that permission to back out. And then I turned to this guy. For help, I was like, hey, I have a position to open up. Do you wanna take it? And you're like, sure, why not?
Yeah, I remember the auditions where we were running through them. It was the first time we did them. It was in the studio, and was a very good opportunity to put it on the screen now when you're editing.
With the people's permission.
Of course. But then I remember thinking to myself, it's like, I'm not a good actor. I'm just hoping that I'm doing this just in case no one else chooses. And then everyone, like the people who did end up like eventually getting it, like I feel the other guys had other responsibilities. So like I heard back, it's like, oh boy, and then I got a lot more responsibilities. So that was fun, to say the least.
That was. I really did enjoy the auditions though, because it gave me an opportunity to do something very new that I've never actually done like in my life.
You were the only person who did auditions, to be fair.
I was the only person who actually like did auditions. I had a few ideas for like who could play the characters, but I wasn't quite sure. So then the idea from one of my friends and even my teacher, they were like, just do auditions. which is definitely something I want to do, like, when it comes to further productions.
Yeah, I think the thing with auditions is that they do really only work in that kind of studio, like a setting where, you got about like 100 applicants, and you just sift through them. The thing with our projects was that it was kind of almost a struggle to try find actors, because if you were finding actors really late into the process, you were in a really bad spot where, like, oh, sorry, I'm already helping this person.
Yeah.
Or I'm helping this person.
Yeah, that was one of the cases I found for the guy.
And that it became a problem, especially if you were. Apologies. It really became a problem when you were in like absolutely trying to find the perfect person, and it's like you've ran out of options. Which makes me feel even better because it means I was the last option.
Yeah, you were the last option. I think it was in the second round. It was 2 guys and 2 girls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you were kind of like the last option.
I was the last option.
Yeah. That actually made it in the second round. So
makes me feel really great.
Thank you. Yeah. No, acting was like, I really enjoyed the acting. Like especially on your part and Tabby's part. She did a phenomenal job. She actually studied drama, GCSE drama, I believe.
Yeah, she studied in drama, and I don't have a single drama bone in me.
She can cry on demand.
She can cry on demand. Yeah, I remember that. But I think it was also a case of that, like she had something happen before.
Oh, that's true.
So
Yeah,
it's like, it helps exemplify it.
Yeah.
I never had any sort of drama. Well, I did drama in secondary school, but I never did drama as a GCSE, and that's purely because I'm not someone who likes to act in their own films. I'll do it if I have to.
Yeah.
Which is what happened in Eric and Andre, where I made an appearance. But that was because my first option, he was busy helping someone else out. My second option turned into my manager, and he was a bit too busy. And you were already being a newsman. I didn't want to make it so it was like a weird continuity where it's like, oh, you're the newsman, but also you're this guy, and it's like, I imagine there's quite a distance between.
The only thing that could have like actually made it work is if the scene of when they're in the house and the scene of like when they're leaving, if that happens in like a pretty big like length of time.
Yeah, if it's I think that's one thing. But this is your film. We're talking about your film.
My time to shine now.
It's your time to shine. I would have had my time, but yeah, I think.
Oh no, it's just a chest.
Well, just the chest.
Yeah,
okay. But yeah, I think during the production of the film itself wasn't too bad. I think it was just really the heat
the heat really kind of killed us.
And then there was the last day of filming. Oh, do you want to tell that? Let's tell that story.
Father, give me strength in Jesus' mighty name.
We're cracking about the prayers.
Last day of filming, a lot happened. So we had to like just do everything quick. I think for the last like few takes we did like 1 take. The last few shots we did 1 take, cause the battery was running out and we didn't have a second battery.
Yeah, that's on me.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Also, the the outside thing. Basically, what actually happened. Originally, I wanted the outside, so in the corridor, I wanted it to be a tracking shot because you had to like walk in, and then you stop and you speak for a little bit and then hug and then the end.
Yeah.
So originally that was supposed to be a tracking shot, but then we had to be a handheld.
Things got more desperate as things went on.
So we had to like last day we basically just had to like work on our feet, think on our feet, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that day very clearly.
Yeah.
Every 5 minutes we thought we had like a perfect okay, let's go, and then someone walked past. It's like
we had to wait for that person.
And it was a case that because it was a hallway shot and a lot of the people were going down the hallway, it was a case of we had to wait for them to go past the hallway.
Yeah.
So I think that if there was a second battery and also I actually had a camera gimbal, I think that would have helped a bunch.
That would have helped a bunch.
But in the end, I think we were running off of just what we had at the time.
Don't worry, I'll get my own camera soon. I think by next FMP, I think I'll have my own camera. Yeah, I think I have my own camera.
I think we use the same camera. I use the same camera.
Yeah, your camera's a good camera.
My camera's a good camera.
It's it's the camera that I want to actually get.
I don't think I'm not going to be upgrading for a long time.
Not just the camera, but also just to set up the tripod, the mic.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get a cage.
Oh yeah, I recommended you to get like a cage.
Yeah.
Like they're really useful mainly for
Mm.
if you're having multiple attachments.
Yeah, handheld shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. But going back to like the actual FMP, I really did enjoy filming because if it was the first time I can actually be quite good at like leading and directing. Because like I said, I asked you guys for feedback, and you guys said I was actually like honestly good.
This is the moment where you learn, oh, we were being nice, and we were just saying, oh yeah, it's good. It's like,
Well,
we're speaking
It
behind
was the
your
moment
back.
I found out that I was actually bad.
It's like I said,
And then-
speaking behind is like, now they're terrible now. I think there were a few moments where I think there was a lot of chatting. I think that
Between shots.
between shots, and I think that just added to the time. It added to just our exhaustion. Exhaustion.
Exhaustion.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I
So,
hope you guys know.
6 years of speech therapy, and I'm still struggling. with
Exhaustion. No, you're not.
I'm making it worse for you too.
Yeah. Moving on, yeah. But there was a few chatting. I remember you did tell me about that. I think later on I did realise that I tried to like actually stop it.
Then you try to get people back on track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the film. But yeah, production as a whole, I think I really enjoyed it. I was really just enjoying leading and also directing, producing, because one thing I learned, there's a difference between directing a project and producing a project.
Yeah.
Directing is basically where you take the lead in the creative aspects. So, for example, maybe script writing depends. Some directors tend to write their scripts, some don't. Camera shots, sound, scoring, editing, stuff like that. They're like the overseers. That's what directors do. Producers, they basically like take charge of the whole project. So they bring in some of like the people you work with. They basically bring in like people you work with, people like the types of cameras, unless the director like wants to also do that as well. Yeah. But they're basically kind of like they're the ones that actually like pitch the ideas to executives, and the executive, they give the producers like the money and time to actually fund the project. Yeah.
So we're gonna step back a few back in the time a little bit.
Go on.
What are some of the film inspirations?
Inspirations.
See, you never asked this for me, but I'm gonna ask it for you.
No.
Too late. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, you gotta go first.
Okay. So I really liked Tyler Perry's work. What do you mean, oh boy? I think his own early stuff is actually really good. So one of my favorite films I watched was a film called I Can Do Bad All By Myself. It's actually one of my favorites. I would really recommend it to you. I Can Do Bad All By Myself by Tyler Perry. I loved it just because the acting. The acting was really phenomenal. They brought the characters to life. Also, not the short. Yeah, the shorts were okay. They weren't like the best. What else am I thinking of? They actually delved into like similar themes. So the film delved into drug abuse, alcoholism, also Christianity, bit of Christianity. Because Tyler Perry is a Christian. But yeah, I really, just loved the film. That was like one of my inspirations.
Yeah.
There was a few, I think it was like, 2 other Tyler Perry films that I loved. I used as like inspirations for the type of themes that I featured in my film. But also in terms of research, I researched the color theory.
Yeah.
On and I used Whiplash, which is one of my all-time favorite films. Love it.
Yeah.
Great film. I used it as a example of like how the color theory is used.
Yeah, color theory in film is like color as is in a lot of different art mediums is very important.
Yeah.
Color theory in film it really exemplifies it because you can shift tones actively on the move. It's really good in film itself, and Whiplash is a great example.
Great example, yeah. Because you can definitely see through the main character, he
You can
wears
see-
more
Yeah.
white in the beginning, then it progresses to darker clothing. To the point where he's now just wearing all black
Yeah.
in the final scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows like his spiral, his downward spiral,
Yeah.
like psychological.
Psychological.
Yeah, psychological downward spiral in the film. But I won't spoil it for you guys. Please watch it.
It's a great film.
Great film.
I think the thing with Whiplash much is that it's got one of those endings which is like you can see it as a good thing or a
Yeah.
bad thing.
Yeah.
But that's up to you to decide on if it is or isn't a good film.
Mhm.
If it's not a good film, it's a great film. No,
Great
like a good or bad ending.
Yeah. So that was definitely one of the research I did. Also, should I mention her? No, I wouldn't mention her name. But I also interviewed a friend who went through some of these experiences. I interviewed her. If you are watching this, friend, a big thank you to you. I really, appreciate you. One of my good friends. She was okay with it. No, she was actually more than happy to actually help out. So again, big thank you to you for the interview. I did interview on there's a comedian. I think she's a TikTok comedian by the name of Call Me Chris. Have you heard of her?
No.
Okay. But no, I don't. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't use TikTok, so
yeah, same. I don't use TikTok as well. I've seen her in like just YouTube shorts and reels and stuff. Yeah, she does. I think she does like TikTok skits. I saw her story on how she became on TikTok, and it's honestly pretty sad actually. She went through a lot of things like mentally. Yeah, and I did research, and one thing I loved. She actually, I think 5 years ago she got a dog, and there'll be times where she wants to actually off herself.
Yeah.
But then she'd actually look at the dog's face, and the dog essentially basically saved her from offing herself.
Yeah.
I really liked that, and I really found that encouraging, and I even added it to my script.
Yeah, I was gonna say now. It sounds a bit similar to.
Yeah, I immediately thought I need to add this to my script. This is this is great.
Yeah, no, fair enough there.
Also, did I do anything more? I feel like I did. I did the short. There was a short film I saw about. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention the word. There's a particular word I'm thinking about, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention it because YouTube guidelines. But let's just say we had similar themes to the to the thing. I think that's pretty much all in terms of my research and my idea, how my idea basically became more stronger.
Yeah. And maybe kind of to round it off, editing. How did editing go for you?
Editing went.
You were kind of like you were one of the last few people to get films done. So you kind of were you had to get everything rushed done.
Yeah. So. One thing I hate about filmmaking is logging the footage. Logging the footage. Lord help us. That's all I'm gonna say. Lord help us.
It's a long process of writing.
It's a long process.
There's no easy way I was able to find it because I'm a big tech savvy person. So I was looking for solutions. Okay, maybe I can find something on Excel that can let me note down all the names. And it's no, it's gonna take too long. In the end, I think I kind of made it hard on myself. I think one of my teachers put it the best way that you kind of have to edit you have to imagine yourself editing and naming files for 10 other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the edited footage log for everyone was a bit rough.
It was it was a bit rough. So what I did you're gonna say something?
No, I don't even know if I remember doing mine or not. Maybe I did and I can't remember if I did. I think I only did the ones that weren't cuts, just straight cuts. So.
So what I did, right? Each time, so I filmed mine in 3 days.
Yeah.
Not back to back. I think 2 of them were back to back. One of them was next week. So what I did between day 2 and day 3, I actually started my footage log just to see which clips are usable and not usable. Then I added day 3, and then I did everything. I did everything pretty quick, I think.
Yeah.
And then the editing log, that's basically where you
load down all the transitions.
Yeah, and where they're gonna go.
Yeah.
I did that. So I did that while doing the editing itself. So I did 5 cuts. 5 shots, and then I did 5 shots in Premiere Pro. That's what I used to edit the short film. And then again 5 shots on the log, and then 5 shots, the same 5 shots in the Adobe Premiere Pro, and I just basically went back and forth.
Yeah.
So that was the rough cut of it, and then we did the picture cut, which the picture cut I basically kind of just trimmed a bit down, and then I also added text and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the next cut was the sound cut, also the final cut, because after sound that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I did like a so there's a scene where Arnold like had an explanation of his background and like
Background
upbringing, all that. I wanted to do like a bit of a sound design of like him remembering.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't work. Only because I think it just sounded like background noise, like all these things are happening in the background.
Yeah, I can kind of imagine what you're trying to go for. Those sort of scenes, you kind of have to be. There's a really good example of this in 28 Years Later, where I think the character's name is Isla or Isla, can't remember her name. And whilst there's talking and whilst there's background to that character's talking about kind of like modern day tech, because the thing with 28 Years Later is that England's almost frozen in 2002. And so, you know, she's hearing like these AOL sort of connecting dial-up tones whilst like one of the members of the military are holding up like a modern day phone. Kind of that sort of sound design is really impactful. I totally get what you're trying to go for.
You do understand what I was trying to I was trying to do. So unfortunately I couldn't add it to the final cut, but the sound design, well, in terms of sound design, all I did was really
It was kind of just
add music. Also, you may I don't know if you're gonna like this or not. Do you remember the scene of when your character's banging on the door?
Oh god.
So there's a scene where like his character bangs on the door trying to get out.
Made me take multiple takes.
Yeah, you didn't like that.
It made me take multiple takes of it. I did not like that one bit. It was
No, so you know what I actually did to like kind of help that out? Because originally the next shot is supposed to be Tammy's character just saying like all men are pigs and all that. While you're supposed to be banging on the door, because you didn't like that, I decided to do the banging at home. Yeah. I recorded it. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like the banging on the door, but I was just kind of like, that'll do.
It's one of those things where there's a weird difference. You can always tell. Stuff like that. If there's almost pattern recognition to it, it's almost pattern recognition where you can just like, oh, it's a slightly different, but too different.
Yeah.
That's kind of an example of what I mean.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I think that's all I got to really say for the sound design. The sound design, or the sound edit, which is also like the final edit of the film. But yeah, I think everything's good. I also had a little bit of a message at the end, just saying, you know, don't let other people, you know, take advantage of you. Don't let people think that you're worthless because you're worth something. You are worthful. Is that word?
Yeah. You have worth.
You have worth. You know, you are valuable. Let me say that. Yeah. That was like my message. I guess that's my like message towards the audience of the film, because I really wanted someone to just be in a way that healed.
You want someone to be inspired.
Yes, in a way, or be like encouraged. Let me say. Yeah. You know, but I think I did a good job. I showed it to quite a few of my friends. Some people
did show it to your church.
How many people did I show to my church?
Yeah, I thought it was.
I think outside my family, I think like one other person, I actually was like, hey, you should check out my thing, and they loved it. They really did love it.
You need to get like the projector down at your church.
Oh, I'm scared.
So like everyone's there like after prayers, like okay, after like Sunday prayers, like we're gonna watch Mbewe's film. It's gonna be this really deep film.
Oh gosh.
I need a second prayer for this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah. By the way, there's a bit of a warning in the first like I don't know 5-10 seconds. There's a bit of a warning in the film where there's just a lot of like heavy subjects that will be in the film. So yeah, definitely be careful of these if you're very, you know, very sensitive.
It's a very sensitive, very heavy film.
It's not for everyone. Let me say that it's not for everyone. The film's not for everyone.
And it's kind of going back to what I meant about, you know, just kind of going back to like a general undivided, it's not me film or your film, is that a lot of people in the class were doing like serious films.
That's true.
I think doing serious films again is one of those things where you kind of do have to make I don't know how to describe it. I'm very much indifferent to it. It's not like, oh, you need to have a really impactful film. It's like why I like films like Lost in Translation, which is which is a film which is about loneliness. You know, a feeling a lot of people have. But when you start making films about very specific topics, you do need to learn and do a lot of research about it, which is what you did. You did a lot. It was a good. You asked different people about it, but I think you can make it work. But yeah,
still be very careful. I even pitched it to my teacher. I said, can I research these certain areas? He said I can, but I just have to be very careful.
You have to be very careful. It's careful waters you have to be treading.
Yeah. But I think I did a good job. A lot of people.
Yeah.
No one was. So as we're recording this right now, no one was actually offended by the film.
I thought you were about to say no one was harmed during making the film.
Yeah,
the heat.
By the way, no one was harmed during the making of the film. Well, physically.
Emotionally,
that's another story. That's another day, another story for another day. But I'm really, you know what? I'll be honest. I'm really happy with my film.
Yeah, I think it's a great film. It's a great film.
I was really happy, and I'm really excited to actually. I'm pretty excited to share it with you guys, to the public, to the social medias. There's one thing I'm really scared of though.
What?
Do you want to know what it is?
What?
I'm really scared that someone's going to see my film, then they're going to call and message me and just ask me, hey, are you okay?
Oh no, that's...
I'm very scared for that.
Oh,
By the way,
I've had that before. It's not...
Oh my goodness, yeah, no.
It's not a fun thing. It's like, I get why they're doing it. It's just, now, we're going to go off topic a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
What's the future? What's in the future?
For me?
What are you planning? And then we'll go on to what I'm planning. What ideas do you have? Are you cooking up, Mr. Mbewe?
Mr. Mbewe, you don't even say my name correctly, but it's okay.
I didn't say,
Mr. Mbewe.
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 I'm getting it right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mbewe. What am I planning? Not much in a way. There's some things that I don't know, there's not really anything I'm planning that I really feel passionate about to actually go through it. You know?
It's a no sort of ideas. You kind of think, okay.
Not at the moment, but
you're looking for stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking for stuff. There's some things I wanted to do. I don't have a particular story I want to tell at the moment, but there's some things I do want to do, especially in our next final major project. Some I'm not sure if I can actually commit because of logistical reasons. Yeah,
it's one of those things where you, as filmmakers, you do gain a lot of different ideas.
That's true.
And it's one of those things where ideas, here's your budget.
Yeah.
And then here's the budget for the idea. I mean, it's that big, it's out on the screen. I think that's a very common thing.
Yeah. One of the ideas I want to do, but I'm not sure if I can actually commit to it, is I definitely want to do something with more of an ensemble. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah.
Ensemble cast. I definitely want to do that. Also, I want to make something where I don't actually star in it.
Yeah, you want to do something. Yeah. I would have the same feelings. I don't like acting in my films. I want to be directing it. I want to be behind the camera getting it to be shot.
It's not that I don't like acting in my films. It's just if I'm making a drama, I don't really want to act. Because one of the things I kind of thought of, this may be, you guys may actually have a different opinion to what I'm going to say, but so I kind of came in as a little bit of a cameo in my film.
Yeah.
I was used as a plot device.
You used it as a plot device.
Yeah. I was not even a character. There are many films I'm in this year where I'm not even a character. I'm just a thing.
I think you wanted to focus on your film a lot, so it's understandable.
Yeah. So I definitely. So I feel like it could work in a comedy sense because I kind of saw that as a weird comedic thing in my mind because it's me on screen for some reason. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I feel that would kind of work in if I'm making a comedy film, but if I'm making a full-on drama, I kind of don't really want to star in a drama or in my own drama.
No, I get you.
If it's in another person's drama, then of course.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, you're right.
I definitely. But yeah, I do want to tell more just slice of life, simple stories, simple relatable stories. Maybe I could do something in the rom-com era.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I do definitely kind of want to tell a little more. I definitely want to add a little more Christianity to my project.
Yeah.
Christianity is a big part of me. probably the biggest part of me, I guess. I remember when you were reading the script, and then there was a bit where your character says, you should thank God for your dog and it's still alive or something like that. And then you guys just like turn to me and just be like, yeah, we know who wrote the script.
We know.
We know who wrote
this is your film. We know.
Yeah, based on that alone. But yeah, I definitely want to do something more, Christian related. I feel like quite a few people, especially from church, would appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would as well.
Did you watch the film The Loss of Pastor? Pastor.
Pastor. I say pastor.
Pastor. Yeah. The Loss of Pastor. Yeah. Pastor turned into a velociraptor.
How?
I don't know.
How?
Divine intervention.
I'm not Steven Spielberg. I'm not going to do something like that.
Divine intervention.
Divine intervention.
That's one way to put it.
Alright, fair enough. What else? I definitely would be interested in making something combining genres.
Okay, yeah, no, I think I like that idea.
Yeah, because I want to make something. I want to make like a dramedy. I think dramedy.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Basically, just a comedy and a drama just like mixed together.
Yeah.
I feel like it can work.
Yeah, I think it can work.
Yeah.
I think it's again something you'd have to tread carefully.
Yeah, definitely something I'll have to check carefully. But I've already done it once, and
We do it. Yeah.
good once, do it again. What about you? What are you doing in the future?
Well, I've got a few ideas. You know some of them, but
Am I gonna have to like relax and like sit down for this one?
no, I can condense now. I was giving you I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
But a few ideas I had. So for Silent 2, I've always wanted to do a sequel for that, but I think that's been put on the back burner as of recently. I don't know a plot for that anymore, but I'm coming up with something. And then what is it? Possibly Eric and Andre 2, Distant Future. Maybe not. But alongside that, there's also I'm kind of excited to say this one.
Yeah.
In the distant future, I've been on the side, Infection Within. That's the an anthology series about the initial outbreak of a virus. Those two, that universe is tied into the Eric and Andre one, and in that kind of lineup of episodes, Eric and Andre do get their own episode, kind of as serving as a sequel, maybe a trilogy if you really wanted to.
That's definitely very good. I definitely would like to.
I'm a big zombie fan, so stuff like that is one of my favourite things. But I think the last idea I've also got, kind of still in development, is a pair of cousins. It's a horrible way to start a sentence.
Okay.
A pair of cousins find themselves in the wealth of £25 million, and they kind of have to find a way to get it legally.
Yeah.
But that idea is still in development. But outside of that, those are kind of the ideas I'm going for right now. I don't know what genres. They'll still remain the same genres, but I think at the same time, I'm kind of like keeping keeping things open.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. Have an open mind when like filming or when like creating ideas.
Because especially something like For Silent, when you can tell that's been like one of my earlier films.
Yeah.
And then if I do it again, it's definitely going to be a different quality.
Yeah.
And I still
compared to how you shot it.
And I still have the mask. The mask lives on. That's a story for another time, though. You got to come out of my house, and I tell you that. But yeah, For Silent was one of my first films, so having a sequel to that kind of continues the story. Because the story, if you ever want to watch that, it's on the channel. Click the link down below.
Definitely check out.
That it ends with a cliffhanger where like the main character he's shown to die, but then at the end it's like three people were like killed in this horrendous act, and then one lives, and it's like continuation. But no, as of now, it's still not continued. But it's gonna be a while till it continues. But I think For Silent 2 is reasonably going to be the next thing.
Great.
And this is the part where I send you logos for it, and you put it on the board.
Okay.
It's like
actually, I have to do this one.
No.
But yeah, that's actually really great. Hope all goes well with your thing.
I think we're slowly going to start wrapping up now.
Yeah, I think we can wrap up now.
We've run out of drink.
We ran out of drinks. We can't get any more.
We've run out of drink.
Do you have any like final just things you want to say to the viewer? Just
Subscribe to me. Don't not him. Nah, just kidding. Subscribe to him. Absolutely.
I invited you. We're filming this in my house, by the way. I
invited
invited you in my home.
I'm taking this view. No, I'd say absolute. If you're someone that's interested in doing film, or you're interested in like a student sort of film, especially regardless of if you're in GCSE or whatnot,
Yeah.
just do it. I think if you've got an idea and you think you can do it, you want to do it, do it. Most phones nowadays have like 4K cameras and stuff.
Exactly.
You know, it's one of those mediums which is slowly getting more accessible.
Yeah.
Like I mean, let's say 40 years ago, getting a film would have been an uphill battle. But now we've got apps like YouTube and whatnot. So just tell your stories. Go right ahead. Even if it's just normal stories, like you're telling your life or whatnot. Exactly. If you want to tell a story, I don't know, with plushies or whatnot, go right ahead. We're in that kind of position.
Tell your story. Don't get discouraged. Be passionate about it. Don't let anyone discourage you. You know, one thing I've learned, and like the things that I've been doing for like years at this point, not just film but just things in general. There's a big difference between criticism and constructive criticism. Yeah. Criticism is just basically where they come in just hating your product just because. Yeah. But constructive criticism is actually, used to kind of build you up and help you in the future. Yeah, that's where I'm going to start giving you just criticism, like, everything, I'm going to nitpick every single detail. The guy woke up choosing violence, okay? I chose violence when I woke up. Yeah. But yeah, I think definitely, that's one thing I've learned, and also just be open-minded, especially when it comes to the constructive criticism. Yeah, that's a big thing. You know, if someone's asking you for criticism, don't be like, go over every single negative detail you have. Also go over positive things, because that's the things where like they'll stay onto it and they'll do it in future projects. So you almost need to see it like you're pointing out the bad things for them to get rid of, and then pointing out the good things for them to keep, and then eventually that adds up and creates a better product overall. I think other than that, that's all. We just wanted to come in, wrapping up slowly. Just wanted to come in and just talk to you about our projects. They should be up. So yours is up now. Mine's gonna be up in public, like. Yeah, you made a trailer. Soon. You made a trailer teaser. I actually didn't. You're gonna make a trailer after this. No, but at the end of this. I can't be asked. I can't be asked to do that. I think I'm just gonna show mine as is. But yeah, other than that, just a big thank you to everyone who's watching, and also, check out our stuff. Check out our stuff. Yeah. Well, you've been here for an hour. I think it's. Has it been an hour? I think it's been an hour. Oh my goodness. Probably been an hour. But you've been here for like an hour. You've got enough time to watch it. Yeah, that's my way of putting it. Yeah, just check out our stuff. Check out our social medias. Mine is, Instagram, Facebook. Snapchat, but I don't think you give out your Snapchat. Yeah, I don't know why would I do that. But yeah, check me out on Facebook and Instagram. I'm somewhat considering maybe getting TikTok, kinda. Fair enough. Follow me on IMDb. I want an IMDb page, but I don't have one. I'm trying to get one. I wish I had a Wikipedia page. You make your own. If I film wanted to, I'm gonna make my own. You can make your own one if you want to. I did try and make a website for myself. Yeah. But I didn't go through with it. Website development's a whole other thing. I wanted to use Wix. Yeah. But Wix is Wix is strong or something. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. Anti-sponsorship. Don't use Wix. Yeah. This is a warning from us, by the way. Yeah. We've used Wix. We've had Wix before. It's not good. Yeah, it's good for website designing, but anyway, don't use it. But yeah, no. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Watch our stuff. Follow us on all social media platforms, and see you guys later. Peace. Bye. God bless you.